Welcome to Bristol Presentz with me, your host, DJ Lynx. Today's guests have been entwined with hip-hop for over 20 years. With an evolving lineup, Slum Village have always stood out and been true to their core essence of hard lyrics, crazy flows, and of course, dope beats. So, Bristol Presentz is happy to present Slum Village. Here chilling with the mighty Slum Village.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, bro.
Really pleased to meet you, T3 and RJ, young RJ.
Word up.
Glad to see you in Bristol.
Yes, good
For
to be
the
here.
first time, or is it
I've been here before.
Been here before too.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I missed that one. I don't think I was in the country because I would have definitely been there.
Okay, yeah.
Bristol get live.
Yeah,
they do.
Bristol's definitely live. Yeah,
Yes,
we've got a lot of love here.
Yeah,
definitely.
yes.
The first heard of you guys was, the first time I heard you guys was on an EP. I picked it up in the late 90s. And there wasn't really much info on there. It just said produced by J Dilla, the Umar.
Okay.
It had players and I don't know.
Oh.
Fantastic on it.
Probably bootleg.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a
It was
bootleg.
a bootleg.
That was definitely a bootleg. That was definitely.
Yeah.
We had a lot of bootlegs in
did.
Europe. In Europe, we
sure.
had tons and tons of bootlegs. We had the worst bootleg I seen was the one where they put the skyline of New York as the cover of it. We're not from New York, you know what I'm saying? That was one of the first bootlegs, and that was one of the first ones I seen. When we came down in '99, I saw that. I was looking like, that ain't our album cover.
Yeah. I know it's messy on the business side, but it's also an accolade to you guys because people just wanted your stuff. So
Yeah,
badly.
I mean, that's how we was able to come to Europe in '99 because of the bootlegs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it really did help us a lot.
There was a CD floating around some of the record companies as well, just before you brought out Volume 2, and it was just like a black and white.
Oh yeah, we did that. That was a promotional
thing.
Yeah, we did that.
I got that copy.
Oh yeah, we still got some of those.
Still got that, man. Yeah.
We still got some of those. Yeah.
And it had We Be Them and a few other tracks that didn't come out on Volume 2.
Yep, and some tracks that never came out on
Yeah.
that too.
And I
yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
this is ill. And I was just like, oh man, I couldn't wait for it to come out. You've evolved over the years.
Yeah.
You know, from one thing or another, but the essence has stayed the same. Like you've always kept that flavor.
Right.
I mean, how do you manage that?
Well, I mean, most people don't know that RJ, when he was super young, was still around with Slum. You know what I'm saying? So when he was like 14, 15, that's when we started coming around him. And we was about 21, 22 or something like that at the time.
That's like Pete Rock age. That's like
yeah. So he was around in the studio doing stuff and mixing early. He started mixing and adding stuff to records and stuff like that. So he's been around for that. So that's basically everybody who's been a part of Slum has always been around in some era. It's not like just random dudes from nowhere. They all been around.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Well, you can hear that in the albums because they're not really, for me, they're all typical Slum.
Right.
For whatever's gone on over the years, they've all stayed the same for me. They've all got that Slum backbone.
Yeah.
And they got that vibe.
Yeah, and that's even with Illa J when he was doing his thing before he went back solo again. He was around too when he was young. So it's just, that's why the essence has never really changed. Dilla showed us a lot on productions, both of us. So coming up as producers,
It shows, you can hear that swing and you can just hear the whole Slum vibe. And it's present, you know, whether Dilla's on the beat or not, it's always present, so.
Word.
That's what's up.
Whose idea was it to form Slum Village?
That's a good question. Let's think back. Well, originally we was another group, and to form Slum Village, that kind of started because of Baatin, really, because he wasn't around, and we wanted to change the sound of the group because our group first started off with a producer, two producers, a dancer, even back when you had dancers, and when all that kind of faded out, the dancing and the rap, we decided we needed to change our name to like a better name. And
so what was this? Was this in the early 90s or?
Yeah, like 90. Yeah, like 90.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's when we changed our name, and from Cinnabon to Slum Village. And originally, Slum Village was just me and Dilla. Baatin wasn't originally in Slum Village.
Right.
Then we went and brought Baatin in the group after we did the first Slum Village demo. So we did a demo first with just me and Dilla. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And then it was only like 3 or 4 songs. And then after a while, we went and grabbed Baatin and then.
So you still got recordings of that stuff?
Yes, yeah, I do. Yeah. Yes, in the vault.
Any thoughts of putting it out?
We was gonna put something out called Volume 0. But I don't know, what happened with that, Jay?
I mean, we gotta get, the demand gotta be there. You know what I'm saying? We don't wanna just throw it out. The music is too precious.
It is.
Yeah, so the demand gotta be there. So the fans watching it, let us know the demand there. Hit us up on Twitter.
Yep.
What does Slum Village mean?
What it did mean, it's more mean like a contradiction of 2 opposites, because we was like slum is in grimy and village as like in just the opposite way of that. So what we did was we used to take hard lyrics over melodic beats, basically what we were saying. So that was a contradiction at the time, because you had people like more like the early Dilla, when they was more like peace over melodic beats.
Yeah.
But we were like street over melodic beats.
Yeah.
So that gave us like the contradiction of hip hop. So it was really hard for us to get in the game because it was like that. But that's the thing that those cats respect about us. You know what I'm saying?
You went your own way.
We did our own thing, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing, a lot of people likened you to Tribe and all the rest of it, and so you filled the void that Tribe sort of left. And for me personally, I think that's kind of true. But
you know what?
With the lyrics, it was
totally
totally
different.
Abstract, and it was hardcore.
Yeah, it was hardcore. Yeah,
profanity, like bubbly, just whatever.
Yeah.
That was the nice thing about it. That's what made it different.
Yeah, I think you got to come in the game with your own twist on things, and that's what I think they respected about us. Tip and Dayline, that's why they showed us so much love. Because they respected, like, okay, they came in their own way, the Detroit way.
Owning it.
Yeah.
Owned it, man.
Don't sell yourself too far in love. But don't do it. Don't do it. But don't do it. Don't do it. But those things you do. You know what?
During the group's early years, you used to attend those open mic nights.
Yes.
Up in Detroit.
Yep. Hip hop shop. Yep.
Did you ever end up in a cypher with Eminem?
Yeah, I see Eminem there a bunch of times. He was always in the corner just thinking of his rhymes and stuff like that. And I seen a lot of epic battles between him and a bunch of other people. But when we came, we used to just come and maybe just freestyle some lyrics, just messing around, or we'd just come and premiere music, because we would play our music sometime just so the crowd could check it out. So we wasn't really the battling MCs. There was battling MCs, and then there was us. We wasn't. We was focusing on songs and structure and getting our sound early. And that's why a lot of those cats, some of those cats never found their way, because after the battling stopped, the records, it's harder to make songs. When you in battle mode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No disrespect to the craft, is because it is dope to be a dope battle MC.
But you need structure.
Yeah, but when you trying to put them songs together, that's a whole.
A good song is a good song. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right. That's true. Yeah, bottom line. Yeah, a good song is a good song. Yeah.
Tell us what it was like growing up in Conant Gardens.
Well, I'm from Conant. He from the field.
Yeah, I'm from Southfield.
Yeah, he from the field. Yeah.
How far is that away from you?
15 minutes.
About 15.
My grandmother lived in Conant Gardens, so I would be there in the summertime, but could I say I would live there? No.
And his dad is from Conant
my
Gardens.
pops is from Conant.
From the same area that I'm from, which is weird.
Wow.
Yeah. So the Conant Gardens go back. Conant Gardens was, it was a nicer hood, but it was still a hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was a nicer hood. It didn't get really bad through the years. Like, I didn't really get in a whole bunch of conflicts.
Okay.
Like, if you stayed to yourself, most of the times you was good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of hoods. So you was all right. unless you was going to certain schools, because we had a thing at our high school where they like to just jump random people. So it'd be a group of guys that'll pick a random guy just walking home
and just give him
from
that
school
work.
and just beat him up. So if you seen them pack of dudes coming, you kind of, oh, okay, I see what they on. Today, you know, you kind of like, yeah.
Take another street.
you dip. So, and it was funny because the high school kids would come and jump on middle school kids.
What?
And that was fun for them. You know what I'm saying? That was what they did.
Watch them scatter.
Yeah. Watch them scatter, yeah. They would just come down.
Yeah, like a little game, I guess.
Yeah, that was a game for them.
Yeah.
Ladies love my lyrics, it's like sunset shit. And niggas trying to get with your mind, I guess it can. Run around the corner and pick up the new shit. Yo, S is in attack, so you can catch rap. I'm the only brother gripping the mic like it's a job. Yo, niggas fall in love, but they beats it like it's a hoe, but put down your mic, you lost your whole flow. You take it too seriously like it's a gamble.
When and how did you meet Dilla?
I met him through a friend of a friend, and he basically, you know, in Detroit, being a rapper at that time in Detroit was weird. It seemed like it would be a cool thing, but it was just the opposite. It was like you was a weirdo. You see what I'm saying?
What you think?
Because Detroit is so street.
Drug culture. Yeah, there's a lot of drug culture.
Yeah.
Around that time.
And hood, and they didn't even know.
Everyone was looking to like New York and for music. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, anywhere but Detroit for music.
Yeah,
you know, LA, New York. You know what I'm saying? And so there was
the house thing and the technique.
And we had the house and the tech thing, but that was a whole different. That was a whole different crowd. You really was weird when you was deep into that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so yeah, I think that's what. So it was harder for us to come up. So basically, what happened was a group of us got together. You heard about this guy who rapped, then you heard about this guy. It was only about 10 of us in the school who really rapped. Then you heard that guy, oh, he do beats, and then, you know, and that's how it all came together. So we had this big cypher one time, or a little listening at my grandma's basement, and then we all kind of came together, and we decided, oh yeah, we was gonna form a group based on all the guys who came through.
What was it like growing up with Dilla?
I can't tell you everything because of some stuff I'm writing stuff down, but I would say this is what I would say. He was very smart guy, like
naturally smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seemed very animated.
Like genius. No, he was
opposite.
He was opposite. He was either all or nothing, really laid back and quiet. Like when early Dilla was very quiet, very to himself, just into what he doing, his beats. You know what I'm saying? You had to know him. He wasn't gonna walk and introduce himself type of guy.
Yeah.
Later Dilla, flashy Dilla, that's a whole nother Dilla. That's Dilla. We talk about JD. That's JD. I'm talking about JD when I met JD. Yeah. JD was just a skinny dude
John Doe.
making his beats. Yeah, John Doe. Yeah.
John Doe in.
He was a skinny dude making his beats, very quiet to himself.
Yeah.
You know what? He started becoming cool because he used to DJ parties. He was a DJ too.
Wow,
so he could DJ. So him and Frank used to do DJ school parties. So he started getting cool by that because he was doing.
Frank and Dank.
Yeah, from Frank and Dank. Frank, he DJ as well. So that's how he started. And then I heard about him. He doing these beats. And then I went up into this attic, and then he played some joints, and it blew me away because I never heard nobody with that level of talent that was so close to me, like that. I was like, wow, this guy's crazy. It just kept going and going, and it kept getting better and better and better, and until it was like, you know, amazing. So we just started doing stuff, and we just started making it pop after that. Because it was limited resources in Conant Gardens.
Well, you'd never have known it to hear those beats, the way those tracks were done.
We was just lucky to come across a lot of people like Amp Filler, and who was in the hood in Conant Gardens and who had made it and let us use his equipment. And then his dad, RJ, who then let us use some more stuff, and we got just, you know, so we were so passionate about it that I guess we had attracted that type of likeness to us.
Could you see early on that Dilla had that?
Oh yeah,
that edge?
early. Everybody knew that. The first time you heard a Dilla beat, you was like, man, this guy. This one guy stole his beat tape and took it to Atlanta and shot it. I ain't gonna say no names. And tried to make a whole career off him.
It almost worked.
He almost got it
worked.
He almost had it popping too.
What happened to him?
It didn't work. They found out it was Dilla.
That's bad.
Because Dilla didn't have the resources at that time, you know, before he evolved into the and all that. You know what I'm saying? So a guy could take your work and go out of state and say, look what I made. You know what I'm saying? And you will never know. This is old school. Ain't no internet or nobody hitting you up. Like, this is old school. This is old school. How you gonna know?
It's more of a fishbowl now. You can't really do that nowadays. You get away with it. It just wouldn't fly.
No. He hit you up. That's my beat. Instantly,
You could see why in a way at the same time.
I mean, you can't blame him. You know what I'm saying? He was smart enough to take credit for dope beats.
Yeah. So when Dilla's beats became more popular and it became more in demand and stuff, did that put a strain on the group?
Yes and no. I mean, in the beginning, it was hard for us because we were still very broke at the time. You know what I'm saying? So me and Baatin looking like I'm still working a job and Dilla buying cars, cash. I'm like, whoo, please. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, Dilla made sure we was good. Yeah. It took some time though, like years.
Years of flossing.
Yeah, years of flossing. But yeah, he came back and he made sure we was good and took care of us proper like. Yeah. And then, but I was always happy. Well, me and Baatin is never the envious type of dude. And you know, Baatin is very humble. And I'm always happy for my guy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He earned this. I've seen this guy sit here and do this. I am not mad at you getting something. That's something you earned. A lot of times when you're dealing it with groups of us, urban black people, you know, everybody trying to pull each other down. Yeah. Slum Village, we never had that. That's why we put so many people on in our pyramid. If you look at the Slum Village Dilla pyramid, it's a lot of us.
Yeah, there is.
And I don't take credit for none of that. Dilla was the first one to put us on, and you know, and you go down the pyramid like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And there's so many people. It ain't like you talking about 4 people. You talking about like probably about a good 20.
At least a good 20 guys. You know, that's in that. If we did a tree, it'd be all. Yeah, at least a good 20. Yeah.
So does Frank and Dank and Fat Cat and all them guys?
Yeah, they all in there. They all in there. Yeah. They all in that umbrella. Yeah. Fat Cat.
QD,
Dwelle. You just keep going. You know what I'm saying?
QD. Yeah, I got a couple of his joints.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all in the family.
I didn't even realize. I was just buying my joints and I was like, yeah, this is a good beat. This is a good track. Not really thinking about the production. And it wasn't until people started talking about Dilla in a certain way. And you realize how much he's actually done and how much I had at the time.
Right.
That was all linked to this one guy.
Right.
Or the collective. And it was just such a natural thing though, because not a lot of the time it was prevalent who the beats was by.
Yeah, you could get away with it, especially when he had the Uma brand. You didn't know it was Dilla doing it, or was it Tip doing it. You didn't know at that time.
Even some of the Far Side stuff.
Yeah, even some of the Far Side stuff, you didn't know. He didn't really, when he did the first, or the second one, whatever, which one he did first?
Lab Cabin, California.
When he did that album, a lot of people didn't know that he did a lot of some of those beats.
And
so
She Said, and you know, that track. And
the remix and all that.
The remix to that, and the stuff he did with Busta.
But I mean, that was the beauty of things. You had to learn, you had to read the credits. You like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't reading, I was just listening.
You were just listening.
I was tuned in. That's what I'm saying. He just had that vibe and it just came through. It just came through everything else. Well, I was never a credit sort of looking guy. Yeah, we was always looking at the credits. That's we want to know who doing what and how it's being done.
Who mixed it? Why it sound this way? Where they recorded?
All that. We paid it because we Detroit. We didn't have a bunch of outlet. We was just so we wanted to get as much information as we could possibly get. Well, I can't believe it's been 10 years since his passing. Yeah, and, I know that's crazy. That time's gone really, really quick. Yeah. And did you guys make an appearance at the Did I Change My Life anniversary in London?
That's where we just came from.
Because I was wondering.
Yeah, we just met. Yeah, we did a
surprise guest.
Yeah, a surprise guest.
Because I was looking at the flyer and it said surprise guest, and I'm thinking, man, it must be you guys.
Yeah, it was us. Yeah, it was dope too. It was sold out. It was dope.
I couldn't make it.
Super dope.
I went to the one last year in Bristol.
Yeah.
The very first one I've been to.
Yeah.
I was amazed to hear his joints all night with you guys and everything else. All night.
You know what? I was amazed last time, this time. They started playing stuff that I had forgot, like how many records he really did. Like a Diva Davenport, and like I ain't heard that in years. And you know, people always go to the, okay, you know you're gonna hear the SpaceX, you're gonna hear Common, you're gonna hear this, you know what I'm saying?
There's certain ones that always get played, but yeah, at these jams, you hear everything.
Yeah, I heard B-sides, I heard remixes, you know, Buster remixes that I ain't heard in 100 years. So yeah, I heard some joints.
It was amazing, the one I went to. I rocked all night, and it was jams. They was just playing breaks, they was playing...
Yeah, they was doing that too. They was playing a lot of dope breaks.
It was like I was at home, listening to stuff, because a lot of these things, unless you play them yourself, you don't hear people playing these things. And people actually rocking out to it too. You know, it was really nice to see.
A lot of people on their samples now, because who sampled, it's so easy to find out all the samples now.
They need to take that site down.
Yeah, they do.
All the samples now.
It's
not even hard. It's like, okay, just Dilla beat. Let me see if it's on here. Oh, yeah, that's this.
But not only that, you know what I mean? People getting sued for samples that has been out for like 30 years because people going and putting that stuff up on the website.
You're not thinking about the chain. They're just trying to, you know, join the dots, and the whole beauty is the search, trying to find that break if you really want it.
And then they used to have secret blogs that you had to be a part of to get that information. Now it's just like public.
Everything's out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
There's no secrets.
Yeah.
Do you remember where you were when you found out the past?
Yeah.
What you were doing?
I was in Europe.
Yeah.
I was in Europe, me and L at the time. I was over there and we was doing some tour shows, and I found out, and then I just I couldn't do the 2 shows because his funeral was coming so quick, so I just took off, and then I flew there and went to the funeral and all that. So yeah, I was in Europe. I don't know where exactly in Europe I was though. I don't know, somewhere.
Yeah, I was with Proof, recording a song on Proof for this album, and then he ended up passing like, what?
A month, 2 months later?
Well, I don't even think it was that long. Yeah, it was maybe a couple weeks. It was like back to back, damn near.
Man, then Baatin passed what?
2009,
a couple years later.
Yeah,
a couple years later.
2009. Yeah.
Years later, yeah.
Why did Baatin decide to leave the group?
That's a difficult one right there.
Baatin had a
he had a mental disorder, first of all, that people didn't know, and you have to treat that.
Yeah.
And so he was dealing with that, and then he was drinking and doing whatever else on the side, and it was just a lot. You know what I'm saying? We always try to bring and support him. That's the reason why we brought him back at the end with Villa Manifesto. But that was really sad for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's something that could have been prevented. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because what happened was, we was going to Canada. He was already back in the group. It was me, him, and L. And he couldn't go to Canada because Canada got strict rules, like far as child support. So he couldn't go. So me and L had to go to Canada. So when we left, that's what happened. He was doing whatever he was doing, mixing medicines and whatever he was doing. Then we came back, he was gone. Like, dang. So if we could have came, then maybe that was my whole purpose of bringing him back, so we can get him to monitor him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
so due to politics.
I mean, it's just, you know, it's God. You know, you can't really say when it's your time.
Part of the plan. Yeah.
When it's your time, it's your time. But he got some music I still want to put out of him. You know, we can work it all out one day. Yeah.
Are you guys involved in the foundation, like
No,
directly?
not directly.
We just do our part to help them with whatever they need.
Yeah, events and whatever.
Events and shows, and if they need us to perform.
Yeah.
Whatever we can do to contribute.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, does the anniversaries, does it take place over in Detroit or in New York or anywhere else?
We got multiple, it's multiple like Dilla events that go on, but we started one in Miami that we've been doing for the last couple years.
Yeah, and also they do the kids one in Detroit. The Youth Foundation. And that's, you know, just showing kids, you know, about working with instruments and different stuff. And, you know, just keeping kids like somebody helped us.
It's the official. Hands in the air, let me see the wrist glow. Turn it up another notch in your system. You said you want the hot shit to listen. Madlib, who else? J Dilla, doing this like we doing it for TV. And you don't wanna change the dial. World premiere niggas rearrange your styles. Should've never been allowed in the king. All y'all fake gangsters now. Yo, we shut it down like the enemy. Yo,
Right, your 7th album's entitled Yes, your 7th album. Can you tell us a bit about the title?
Jake?
It was just simple, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was simple. We wanted to give something reminiscent to Volume 1, Volume 2, Fantastic. So, but it was supposed to be Fantastic Volume 3, but we changed the name at the last minute.
Yeah, we changed it.
We changed it at the last minute, and yeah, we just thought it was a simple title, something that people could remember.
Right. For sure, definitely. I mean, at least, you know, all your old albums, you've had at least one Dilla beat on there, on most of them. And
yeah,
this one is like pretty much the whole album.
Yeah, that's like 8, 9.
In some way, shape or form.
Yeah.
And that was that intentional?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we, Miss Yancey found a bunch of her stuff, Dilla stuff, in a
storage bin.
Yeah, in a storage bin. So what happened was, you know, some of that stuff was already titled Slum Village. Those were like some of our old records that we hadn't finished.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, she let us use them, and it was kind of dope. We kind of put it together. Me and Jay went in the studio and kind of formulated it, finished it up, added this or whatever, and then that's how Yes came about. He added a couple joints on there.
Yeah, because to me it does sound like a typical slum joint.
Yeah. I mean,
like a late 90s slum joint.
Yeah.
That's the flavor. That's definitely the flavor.
And it still have vocals and stuff from Dilla and Baatin.
With that as well. Yeah, laced on it it's a really good album, man.
Thank you, man. Thanks.
Really good.
See, I don't know why the fucking with you. Hey, see, I don't know why the fucking with you. Hey, see, I don't know why the fucking with you. Hey, see, I don't know why the fucking with you. You, cause that's my man T.
It's been an honor to meet you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, bro.
You know?
Word, thank you.
I look forward to the show.
Oh yeah, the show gonna be dope tonight. It should be dope. Yeah.
I had the pleasure of seeing you live, so.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it should be good tonight.
Well, stay tuned, man, because we're gonna crank it up another couple
Yeah,
notches.
we're gonna crank it up a notch.
Tell you what, I bought some of my albums here. Do you think you could?
Yeah, we'll sign it. Yeah, of course. Yeah.